Hello, everyone. Welcome to this podcast from myself, Tim Ahmed, and Maya Magal. We're here with Peter Fugere, who has written various books, as you know, in HFM. And he's already written this amazing book, OneStream Foundation Handbook. So we're going to ask him a bit more about the questions, about the book itself, and things like that. So, Peter, hello, how are you? Could we go straight
Good.
into the questions? The first question is, Peter, can you tell me a bit more about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Tim, for having me on the podcast. I've been doing CPM for about 20 years. And like you mentioned, I started with Hyperion, where I worked quite a bit with HFM, and then worked at Vertical Pitch, which was acquired by Ranzel. And during that time, I wrote the HFM Tips and Techniques Guide for Oracle Press. And about 8 years ago, I came over to OneStream to help them build out a practice for services. So at the time, 8 years ago, OneStream was just a dozen people above a sporting goods store on Main Street, Rochester. And we've grown during that time to about 800 people globally, and many big clients, and the community's gotten quite big. And I've been lucky to work there.
Thank you, Peter. So let's talk about the book. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, when I came to OneStream, one of the challenges that I had, while I had been successful growing a services organization, growing a services organization for a software company was very different. It was less about competition and doing more implementations. It was much more about growing a community. And so when I came on board, my first title was Chief Services Officer, and I was in charge of growing out that service, building out that services organization as part of a bigger community. And in my new role, about a year and a half ago, I stepped back from running the services, and my title is now Chief Strategy Officer. And part of what I'm charged with now is helping. In the same way it's the same job, or in a different way it's the same job, I'm still growing that community. And so when we look at what the growth, this tremendous growth that OneStream's had, all these new projects, it was really important for us to come up with ways to disseminate the knowledge about how to do implementations across that community, and share that. I mean, OneStream's, since I've been there, since we were those 12 guys above a sporting goods store, we've been doubling at least every year, it feels like. And so we needed something that was scalable, that was going to get a lot of information out to people, and just sort of get knowledge out of people's heads and get it out to the people who are doing the implementations.
Thank you, Peter. Can you tell me more about the book and the key topics?
Yeah, so my involvement with the book, I did write a couple chapters in the book, but one of the things that was really important to me was to go across the whole organization at OneStream and find the people who are the most knowledgeable on each of the topics. And so within the book, there's decades of experience. Each person that we brought in, from distinguished architects, we call them at OneStream, people with tremendous experience doing implementations, senior executives who are running the RCS service, like Jody DiGiovanni, people who are running our training division, like Tony Dimitri, Todd Allen, John Van Alman, Terry Shea, experts in their field. I pulled them together and helped organize the chapters. And each of the chapters sort of follows a different approach than what I had with my HFM book. In the HFM book I wrote, I really sort of followed functionality. In the OneStream book, we really tried to cover the order of how you'd think about implementation concepts. So we start with methodology. We go into design and metadata build. We talk about consolidation planning concepts, and then security and reports, kind of the way you build out the application. And one of the reasons we put it together that way is with the OneStream software, it's so powerful. There's so much to know. we saw a lot of people who were making some of the same mistakes with how they'd set things up and pull things together. So hopefully what we're sharing in this book, the knowledge that's in this book, will help people do better projects and better implementations.
Thank you, Peter. Obviously, I have received a copy of the book and it's very impressive. But I believe many of user community and EPM community would like to know more, who is the book for? Who is the book aimed at? And can EPM professionals without any OneStream knowledge read it and understand the content, be able to follow?
Yes, I think if you understand CPM, you're going to follow a lot of the concepts in the book. But I guess what I'd say is this book is only one piece of the total offering, the bigger training offering that's coming from OneStream. When we think about how we're growing the community and what we're doing, a big part of that is redefining our educational services department. And we hired a woman, Beverly Vandeveld, who's championing that for us. And then within this OneStream effort we have here, the book actually helps prepare people for certification, this book specifically. So a lot of the key concepts and the writing that we did in it was leveraged to help develop our certification exam. So that's coming. There's a lot of good information in this book about design and approach. And again, this design, a methodology, that framework, it's all critical to having a good foundation to build your OneStream application. So this is for people who I'd call level 3. That's what we call them at OneStream. These are architects, lead developers, if you will, people who've been working as a consultant with the software for a year or two. This is a great reference for them.
Thank you, Peter. So could you tell me a bit more about OneStream Press?
Yeah, so with OneStream Press, what we're really hoping to do, and this book is kicking it off, is create a whole series of books that go after more advanced topics within OneStream. OneStream's a product that does so much, it really would be a disservice to try to put it all into just one book. And we have several partners who are engaged with us who are writing follow-on books. And even myself, I'm writing a second book that's geared more towards people who are brand new to OneStream. They've just bought it, so the working title is So You've Bought OneStream. We'll see if that changes, but really geared towards people who are just starting their first implementation, their first sort of foray into working with the OneStream product. We're actually looking for other people who might be interested in writing books and other authors. If they're interested, they can reach out to OneStream Press at onestreamsoftware.com.
Thank you, Peter. Do you have to attend a OneStream course to complement the book?
No, you don't.
Or is
However,
it enough for the
no, you don't have.
for the community?
Yeah, no, you don't have to attend a OneStream course to get everything out of the book. Although certainly the courses do complement the book and vice versa. There will be a certification prep course as well, and that'll help you prepare for the certification exam. But I think all of these different pieces go hand in hand, to support the development, if you will, your career development, your knowledge of the product.
Thank you so much. Would reading the book make someone proficient in OneStream fundamentals?
Yes, there's some great core concepts in the book, and I think each of the authors who contributed did a wonderful job of laying out that detail and explaining some of the key things, the nuances of the product that are helpful. But it's only a part of it. There's some other tools that are coming from OneStream. So if I take a step back, I talked about the certification exam. Just like the book, this is the first certification exam is for what I'll call the level 3 people, those leads. The next level of exam is kind of in line with the next series of books. Those next sets of books are handle more complex topics, more sophisticated topics, but are more focused. So I imagine we're going to have books on advanced rules, data integration, reporting. We'll also have books on more functional concepts, advanced planning, advanced consolidation, like IFRS. And each certification exam will build on the fundamental exam as well. So hopefully what you'll be able to say is, you're certified in OneStream and you're a, certified specialist with data integration or people planning or account reconciliation. And that'll just like our product is scalable, the books and the exams sort of follow that extensible concept so that, as the product develops and grows, as this, we call it a platform, as the platform has more offerings, people are going to be able to specialize in different things and showcase, knowledge that, we might not even be thinking of right now. If it's, some of the exciting things that are happening that we're seeing with development for machine learning and AI, or something we haven't even come across yet. So it's real exciting. I think that'll all come together. The training department's going to supplement that as well with a more of an online, on-demand training program I think will help augment a lot of that. You want to be an expert in this product, but we're not going to teach you how to manage metadata 5 times. You can learn that module once and then move on to something else. And I'm excited about that. Online, self-paced, self-delivery, if you will. And I think with that and a bigger community effort around something we're calling the One website, which should be released later this year, where you'll be able to go on and post questions and interact with OneStream consultants and OneStream professionals across the whole community and share knowledge and read bulletins and documents and see issues and talk about solutions that other people are having, that are other solutions that other people are delivering. I think all of these things together are really going to elevate the community and sort of reinforce this high quality implementations that I think has benefited OneStream, has made OneStream successful.
Thank you, Peter. Will it help companies who are implementing OneStream as a reference guide?
It will help companies, I think, as a reference, but I think there's a lot of concepts in there that can get a little deep. There's a lot in this book, and since it's geared a little bit towards certification, maybe somebody who's brand new to it might be lost a little bit. And that's what steered me towards writing the second book, which will be a smaller supplemental guide to, kicking off a project. And in that book, I hope to address things like, creating a stakeholder team, common issues around project management and data reconciliation, explaining concepts like the cube and a platform that people struggle with at the beginning of a project, things I've talked about hundreds of times during implementations, but to be able to actually sort of break that down and again, make that something that can be disseminated as people start projects, that they can start to have a deeper conversation with the consultant they're working with than, just sort of trying to get their head around some of the basics. Maybe give them a jump start. So I would say it's always best, though, if you're curious about OneStream, always start with a demo and see the product. It really is amazing. It does so much. And in some ways, just reading a book and trying to conceptualize it doesn't do it justice. It's really one of those things where a picture does says 1,000 words. Seeing the demo will really impress you.
Hi, that really leads me to my next question. So if a company wanted to assess the tool and didn't want a demo and just wanted to read the book and decide whether to go to OneStream, would that be enough, or would they have to complement it with a demo?
Well, I think I said this before too. I think it's important to point out that OneStream's not just a standalone product. It's not a single tool. It truly is a platform, and what I mean by that is, if I think of some competitors' products, they'll say they're a platform, but that tool does one thing really well, and you couldn't necessarily build whole new functionality in that tool. But with OneStream, we're different. Okay, with OneStream, the platform was built. We're doing implementations with, for consolidation planning projects, and then Tom Shea and Bob Powers, a couple of the founders, and some of the guys who do a lot of the coding behind the scenes. Tom was able to build the account reconciliation module on top of OneStream without writing any new code, just using the existing functionality within the product, created the rules, the database, the whole user interface. You can't do that in a tool that's not a true platform. And that's a big difference, and so when I say that OneStream's a platform and it can do all these things, it would really benefit someone to not just see, the scripted, sort of, show me what OneStream can do, sales demo sort of thing, but to actually sit with a solutions consultant who works in a sales department and sort of explain the challenges that you have and start to formulate, how is OneStream going to solve our problem, and what that problem is. If it's, we have, 10,000 product members and we need to do better inventory reporting. If it's, you're doing temporal translation for some reason, some sort of hyperinflationary issue. If you're, struggling with scorecarding, if you're struggling with, all of these more sophisticated issues that businesses are challenged with, you get so much more than just reading in a book how the functionality works. Having somebody help you apply how this software works to your business problem really is really valuable.
Thank you, Peter. So the book is a very big A4 size paper, and as we have seen, it's very, very well written. However, it feels like we need further information, and where can we get this if we want to learn more about OneStream?
Yeah, so I think one of the next things that our community is going to see is what we're calling the One website, the OneStream network of experts. And what we've done is we've pulled together all of a lot of product videos, specialized videos, bulletins, white papers that we've written, product documentation. We've started writing blogs internally about, concepts that people have, if it's advanced allocations, if it's, statutory consolidation rules, whatever those are. And then a bulletin board where people are going to be able to go on and ask questions and get responses from people all across the OneStream community. I think that's probably one of the most exciting things that we're doing, and it's going to be a center of knowledge and exchange. And so when I talk about, my role and one of the things we're doing to help grow the community, one of the easiest things we could come up with to do was, to curate all this knowledge and find a vehicle to disseminate that out to everybody. And so this one website is going to help us do that, and I'm really excited about it. I think for specific questions that people have, if it's, something deeper on data unit or cube design or planning concepts, you're going to be able to either find more information or ask questions and get a response there. So it's going to be exciting.
Thank you, Peter. The book is really good. I started reading it, and Maya's got a copy too. And it's a very in-depth book. But however, I feel the element that's missing is an audio-visual element. I know it's a book, but what would be really good if it has a audio-visual element to it? So maybe YouTube videos based on chapters that complement the book. Is there any consideration for this, or is it going to be like in the one website? What you're considering?
Yeah, I think, as a company, we've done a lot of videos, but we've sort of guarded them a little bit. And as we've grown and we've needed to see our community sort of grow with us, we're sort of changing our thoughts on that and making those more open. And they'll be open, they'll be available through the One website, which is available to all of our customers and partners. They'd be able to see those videos and see more. And I think you'll see more as we continue to grow, more of an openness and sharing of some more of the technical aspects of the product.
Thank you, Peter. It was a really good podcast. What myself and Maya will do, we'll read the book in detail and then come back to you and maybe ask you more questions. But is there anything else you'd like to add on to today's podcast in terms of anything you'd like to say?
No, thank you guys so much for letting me talk about the book. We're all really proud of it. Like I said, I could take credit for editing it, maybe pulling some people together, but I'm really proud of everybody who helped write the book. And one of the things I guess, you'll see, this was personal for us at OneStream. The cover of the book is the place where we had our very first splash. And every book, you'll notice, sort of, it's a theme with books. Every book sort of has a theme for the cover. What we decided to do was every book would have a cover from a city where we did one of our splash events. And so the first one was New Orleans in 2013. And at the end of every chapter, everybody wrote a short sort of personal story about their time with OneStream and something they remember. And, again, it was such a labor of love for us to put this book together. And it's personal for us, and we wanted to share that with our readers. And I hope everybody enjoys some of those stories, because I don't know, they were special to me. So I hope everybody else appreciates them a little bit. But I'll look forward to when. Yep, sorry, Tim. I was going to say I'll look forward to you guys. I'll look forward to you guys reaching back out with more questions then.
Definitely. We're going to get feedback from the community out there. And also, I urge the community out there, just come back and reach out to me. Any questions you want to give to Peter, I'll forward them to yourself, Peter. It's really nice talking to you, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Peter. That was an amazing podcast. We appreciate your time to talk about your book and what else is coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.